Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Today I have some Happy Mail and a gift, and then by special request I'm going to show my collection, flip-through collection of my ATCs. And so I'm going to start with Happy Mail. I got some from Carrie. I was her Secret Santa in the Secret Santa swap, Christmas and July swap. So I've already opened it, and so let's see what I get. Oh, some cardboard. Thank you, Carrie. Actually, I may have to send this back to you if you want to make your own notebook. Bless your heart for being so nice. Oh, I got some Happy Mail Mary Englebright stuff. Just a little something to hopefully brighten your day. And it did. I believe she got this off of some packaging. I see she has given me some it looks like a calendar. Pictures from calendar. Cool beans. Thank you, Carrie. This is my favorite one. I guess the word's getting around that I like Mary Englebright, because my girlfriend Connie sent me these. Gave me these too. Thank you, Connie. And look at this. This one's cool. Isn't that cool? I'd never seen anything like that before, an interactive book. I'd like to know how to do that. I could do that with my guts. The birthday theory. And a pop-up. And this Count Your Blessings. Looks like a blank book. And another little notebook. Another blank book. And a Mother Goose book. Aren't they cute? There was a little girl, and she had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. When she was good, she was very, very good, and when she was bad, she was horrid. Thank you, everybody, for the gifts. I love Mary Englebright. I was introduced to her about 40 years ago. I went into a quilt shop, and that was the least expected place to find cards, but I went into a quilt shop to buy some fabric, and I found Mary Englebright cards, and I fell in love with them. Okay, I need a new notebook is what I need. Let's see, let's position this so. I'm sorry for the glare. I tried to put, what is it called? Diffusers on my lights, but I see it doesn't work very good. So. I had I taught Sunday school for several years with my husband, and I gave them, made them ATCs. I had the kindergarten and first grade, and they had a number of system of points that they worked toward, and when they got all of the points, then they got an ATC card, and I put them in a baseball trading card sleeve here, and when they got it full, then they got to take it home, and I gave them an extra prize. Some of those tissue box notebooks that I made the last video with, and a fancy pencil, and I thought they were hot stuff. And then my pastor saw the one that his son brought home. It's FROG is an acronym for Fully Rely on God. Well, he thought that was nifty, so he preached on that, and he told everybody about the ATC. I thought that was pretty cool, inspiring my pastor to preach on it. And then some of these are the other prayer cards and so forth. We are, my Sunday school room was decorated in Veggie Tales. Excuse me, I've got to get a drink. I like Veggie Tales too. Am I getting it right? This is my very first ATC. It came from my girlfriend Julie, who was an art teacher, and she was an instigator too. She got me into all kinds of things like ATCs and aren't you an instigator, Julie? Then I joined 2 ATC clubs here in the area where I live. And the first one, both of them were at scrapbook stores. And we swapped every week. We had themes, and then we made the ATCs at home, and then brought them to the club meeting to swap. The first club, if I remember correctly, we would swap, and then we always had someone in the club that would show us a technique, like a background technique or collaging technique or something like that. And then in the second ATC club, we would have a jam session after we swapped, and we had to bring 2 backgrounds that had been completed by us in the colors of besides the themes. And we also decided on color backgrounds for like the next 6 months, and color combinations. So we had to bring 2 ATCs backgrounds finished, and our name was signed on the back as one of the persons who completed the background. And then we'd throw them in the pot in the middle of the table, and then we would take someone else's ATC and add things to it, like stickers, you know, in the theme that we had decided previously. And then we would, at the end, when each card got three people to work on it, and they signed it, ours name was the first one, and then two other people took the pot and decorated. They could remove something, the third person could remove something, or they could add more, and then we would throw them back into the pot. And then after each card had three people worked on it, then we would put them all together, and the store owner would come and take pictures, and then we drew names, or drew numbers so that we could pick one out of the pot, the finished pot. And so that was a lot of fun. So I had, that was very enjoyable for me. And I got to learn some things, you know, and how people collected things, and we got to bring in, you know, and we didn't bring in everything from our craft room. We chose the theme for the swapping, and then we chose the theme and the color for the jam session afterwards. And then all of that, you know, all that information went on the back. We put the dates, and then if it was a series, then like in a series of 14 or something, then we put the numbers like 114, 214, so forth. And be sure to put our names on the back. I also participated in a couple of online. Okay, here's one for my Sunday school class. One of our lessons was on kindness, and so I wanted to do a craft that would portray kindness. So we all made ATCs in our class, and then we swapped them with each other. And here's mine that the kids made for me. And in the ATC club, I always tried to save one of mine to go with the theme, and I tried to put it in the beginning of the... Okay, and when I was a member of Club Posh, like here's one of mine. Our theme was Mardi Gras, so I put in my card first, and then here's all the club members' cards. And it was really hard to know how many to make. We ended up, because, you know, it was an open club. It wasn't a closed club where you had to sign up and then be part of it. Sometimes there would be more, sometimes there would be less people show up. So I ended up, when I first started going, I like made 26, you know, and I had lots of leftovers. And so then I cut that down to about 12. Sometimes we ran out, sometimes we didn't. If we ran out, then we had extras from previous, if we had extras from previous swaps, then we had them in a tin or a notebook or something, and then the person that got left out, because there was more than usual, they got to choose ATCs from our tins or our notebooks, extra ones. And that was the way we kept it going. I brought a young girl that was in our homeschool group, support group. She wanted to try her hand at it, so here's some that she made. So she came with me to a couple of ATC club meetings. And then I also participated in a couple of online swaps when I was a member of Club Posh. Dee and Warren Grunig's Posh Impressions forum. We had a couple of swaps with them. And everybody that joined was assigned a letter. And when they ran out of letters, then they were assigned numbers. And I was one of the ones, excuse me, that was assigned a number. Excuse me. And here's, my number had to reflect three of something. So here's 3 flowers, this one, and then we also had to have use a stamp that was a Posh Impression stamp on the card. So here's mine. I had 3 flowers, so this was the Posh Impression stamp, and then there was the sentiment I found, and has 2 more blooms, flowers in it. So, and then here's an interactive card. A woman goes to the post office to buy stamps for her Christmas cards. She says to the clerk, "May I have 50 Christmas stamps?" The clerk says, "What denomination?" The woman says, "God help us, has it come to this? Give me 6 Catholic, 12 Methodist, 10 Lutheran, and 22 Baptist." And then here's an interactive one that I made. Knock, knock. Knock, knock, who's there? Banana, banana who? Knock, knock, who's there? Banana, banana who? Knock, knock, who's there? Orange, orange who? Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? And here's one somebody put a compass on. And then there was a little girl in our church that didn't want to make ATC swap, but she wanted to swap something. So I told her I'd give her some ATCs if she wanted to trade something. So she went home and she had a collection of cards. So she brought cards, playing cards to me, and I put them in here, and I showed her that I had put them into my collection, and it just tickled her. So here's another interactive card. Little file folder. Okay, here's another interactive card. If I can get it out. I come highly recommended by all turkeys. Thanksgiving with a twist. Okay, we're going to get that one back in there. Here's another one. She stamped on plastic with, probably with stays on, and then she tore paper strips and put them on. Kente cloth. This one I believe is interactive. A Girl Scout. I also went to stamping shows and scrapbooking shows, and some of them also had swapping sessions. Here's a well, I think that one's going to be permanently stuck in there. This one I made a technique. Where you took a piece of foam and you hit a hot gun on it, a hot glue gun, I mean not a hot glue gun, a hot embossing gun on it, on the foam, and then it started curling up, and then you put a stamp down on it and hold the stamp down on it until it cooled off, and then you had the impression from the stamp on there, and then I took some paint and kind of antiqued it a little bit. I thought this was interesting. One of our swaps, the hostess made these knots, and then she sent us a little paper that explained what the knot was. And somebody put a soda charm on for one of our swaps. And I made this one. I like tea. Ribbons and bows and buttons was the theme for this one. Lots of button things. Now here's my second Club Posh swap. The beginning of it. And it was also alphabetic. And I didn't get a number this time. I got a letter. And it was really hard coming up with something that would reflect the V. Here's mine. A Vista. I was watching a PBS show and they were showing a garden with a trellis or a gazebo or something. And they were showing, the camera looked through the window in the in the wall, and all of a sudden it occurred to me, I could make a vista of my own. So these are like little bitty stamps, and then the grass is in there is a posh stamp. Here's another interactive one. An Easter egg. Another one was punched. We were supposed to use punches on our cards, and so here's a couple of mine. That was really fun to do. Oh, here I did the back of it too. Here's one on with literature. Mona, I think you'd like this one. Here's one I made, an interactive one. Let's see if I can pull it out. She was kind of a little ugly doll, but let me turn it sideways so you can see the whole thing. Then we had a beach theme, and somebody sewed whatever this is on paper or something on there to make it look like a beach mat. Some of the people get really creative with these. And here's another interactive one. It was made into a little book. And here's another little interactive one. A little here's another interactive one, and it's an explosion. one I made. And this is a napkin that I Mod Podged on top and then put a Tim Holtz word strip on there. Here's one I made from a Kleenex box as my background. A lot of the gals in the club, they also swapped online, so they were able to bring a lot of themes to the club. Okay, here's my first pocket letter. I swapped with somebody here on YouTube. I'm sorry, I don't remember who now. So, let's see. Nope. No names. She forgot to sign it. And here's the second pocket letter. Here's another, if any of you remember Joan Petty, she liked the birds, Tim Holtz birds, so we did a theme on birds. And she sent me some little goodies in it. And then this is my last pocket letter from Heather. And I think this one's from Mona. Yeah, this one's from Mona at Kitchen Garden Crafts. Kitchen Countercrafts, I'm sorry. Kitchen Countercrafts. And this one's from Heather. And I'll put links to the people I know about down in the description box. I hope you were able to see some of these. I'm sorry, I tried to... Oh, and I also swapped some ATCs with Possum Patty. And with Carol at Crinkled Path. And for her first time, she did pretty good. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.